All right, welcome to the explainer. So, you're learning Python, right? Then you have got to know about lists. Seriously, they're one of the most basic, most important tools in the whole language. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to break them down, what they are, and how you can use them, like, right now. Let's do this. Oh, and hey, real quick before we dive in, if you like these kinds of super clear, no fluff explainers, do me a huge favor and just click that subscribe button below. It's honestly the best way you'll know when our next one drops. Thanks. So, here's the game plan. It's super simple. First, we'll cover what a list actually is. Then, how to make one and get stuff out of it. After that, we'll look at some really cool power tools called methods, see where you'd actually use lists in real life, and then wrap up with a couple of quick programs. Easy peasy. Okay, let's kick things off. Section 1, what is a Python list? You can pretty much think of it as the ultimate building block for all your data. So at its heart, a list is just a super flexible container. Seriously, just picture a box. You can throw a bunch of different things into this box, right? And what makes it so powerful is that it doesn't care what you put in, numbers, text, whatever, and it keeps everything in the exact order you put it in. That's key. Okay, so there are 4 big things you got to remember about lists. First, they are ordered. The sequence you put things in is the sequence they stay in. Simple. Second, and this one is huge, they are mutable. All that means is that they're changeable. You can add things, take things away, swap stuff around, whenever you want. This is a really big deal because other things in Python, like tuples, are locked in. Once you make them, you can't change them. So lists give you all that awesome flexibility. And finally, they don't mind duplicates. You want to have 2 apples in your list? Go for it. No problem at all. All right, enough with the theory, right? Let's get our hands dirty. How do we actually build one of these things and, get our stuff back out? You're gonna love how easy this is. To make a list, you just give it a name, we'll use fruits, use an equals sign, and then just pop your items inside square brackets. Make sure you separate them with commas. And that's it. Boom, you just made a Python list. Okay, so we've got our list, our little basket of fruit. But what if you don't want the whole thing? What if you just want to grab, say, the apple? How do you pull out just one single item? The answer is something called an index. And listen up, because this is maybe the #1 thing that trips up new programmers. In Python, we start counting from 0, not 1, 0. So that first item, our apple, is at index 0. To get it, you just type the name of the list, followed by a 0 in square brackets. But what if you want more than one, like a whole chunk of the list? Well, for that, Python has this awesome feature called slicing. When you see something like 0:2, it's basically saying, hey, start at index 0 and give me everything up to, but not including index 2. It's like taking a slice of cake. You get a specific piece, not the whole thing. Super useful for grabbing parts of your data. Okay, cool. So we can make lists, we can grab stuff from them. Now for the really fun part, changing them. Python comes with a bunch of built-in power tools, they're called methods, that let us mess with our lists and organize them however we want. So let's say you want to add a new item. You've got 2 main ways to do it. The one you'll use most of the time is .append. It just sticks the new item right on the end of the list. Super simple. But if you need to be more precise, you can use .insert. That one lets you pick the exact spot, the exact index, to put your new item. All right, what about taking stuff away? Let's check that out. So here's our starting list. We've got kiwi, orange, and grape. Now we're going to use a method called .pop. When you just call .pop like that with nothing inside the parentheses, it does one very simple thing. It goes to the very end of the list, plucks off the last item, and gives it back to you in case you need it. And poof, there's the result. Grape is gone, our list is 1 item shorter. This is an incredibly useful trick, especially if you ever need to work through a list from back to front. And that's just the start. There are so many other tools. You've got .sort to put everything in order, either alphabetically or by number. You've got .reversing, which, you guessed it, flips the whole list around. And then there's len. Now, it's not technically a method, but it's so important. It just tells you how long your list is, how many items are inside. Okay, so we've been looking at a lot of code. But so what? Why does this even matter? Where are you going to see this stuff in the wild? Believe it or not, you use lists all the time without even thinking about it. That shopping cart you have on Amazon? That's a list. Your watch later playlist on YouTube? That's a list. The list of your friends on Instagram? Yep, another list. They are everywhere. They are the absolute backbone of pretty much everything from websites to big data science. Okay, we're in the home stretch. Let's put all this knowledge to work and look at a couple of super simple but really satisfying little programs. So here's a little pop quiz for you. We've got this list of numbers. How could you find the biggest one in a split second without having to sort the whole list first? Okay, I'll admit it's kind of a trick question because Python makes this laughably easy. You just use the built-in max function. And notice the difference here. It's not a method like .pop. We don't write numbers.max. We write max and put our list inside it. It's a separate tool that just takes our list and boom, spits out the biggest number. And get this, you can even add lists together. Now, when you use a plus sign, it doesn't do math on the numbers inside. Instead, it smushes the two lists together. It takes all the items from the first list, all the items from the second list, and combines them into one big new list. So, if you remember one thing from this, let it be this. Lists are your best friend in Python. They are ordered, they are changeable, and they are the main way you're going to store and organize data in pretty much any program you ever build. They're that important. So there you have it. That's the blueprint for Python lists, from what they are to how you use them. So now the real question is, what are you going to build with them?